In this video, I'm going to tell you about how Disney will trick you into spending more money at Disneyland Paris. And yes, it is totally legal. These are really clever marketing tactics. If you don't want to wait in long lines for rides, there's always the option to purchase Premier Access or individual lightning lanes. These are all at an extra cost on top of your already expensive day ticket into the parks. But it does mean that you don't have to wait in the super long queues, you can hop straight on. If you want that extra time in the parks, again, you need to spend a little bit more money. So you either need to stay on site at a Disneyland Paris hotel, which can be a little bit pricey, or have a certain annual pass. So I have the Infinity Pass, which will allow me to use the extra magic hour, even if I'm not staying on site. But for me alone, that does not include my family. Parking at Disneyland Paris can be a little bit more expensive, but if you do have an Infinity Pass, which is the most expensive one, you get priority parking right at the front of the car park, which is absolutely brilliant. And we took full advantage of parking in the aerial section, which is right at the front. So you have that little bit less to walk than the full length of a car park if it happens to be a really busy day. It does come at that extra cost of having the Infinity Pass. You don't have to pay more or buy these extra things to have fun in the Disneyland Paris parks. If your focus is to get on the rides and all the rides, and you have a really limited time in the park, so 1 or 2 days, potentially buying the Premier Access or individual lightning lanes for certain rides could be the right thing for you. Or if parking close to the front isn't an issue for you, hopefully the travelators will be open again at Disneyland Paris, so they will cut out the actual walking element for you. You just get to stand on it and it'll take you to the park. The promise of savings. Popcorn in Disneyland Paris is still the cheapest snack option. However, Disneyland Paris have now introduced slightly nicer popcorn buckets, which is brilliant for Disneyland Paris. Instead of having it in just a little bucket, you now get these lovely little buckets that you can carry around with you and then get to keep afterwards. And mine still smells like popcorn, so I love it. But they do come at an extra cost. So this one cost me €26 and did include the popcorn, but doesn't include any free refills of popcorn. So it's a really nice thing to have, but a little bit more pricey. Disneyland Paris, the same as all other Disney parks around the world, will have price surges, and these typically tend to be around school holidays and the holiday seasons, so Halloween and Christmas. You'll notice the price surges on both day tickets into the park and the hotels. And the price of lightning lanes do tend to fluctuate day to day and per ride. So it is going to cost you more money if you want to go during school holidays or if you want to go and see Halloween or the Christmas decorations at Christmas. However, keep your eye on the Disneyland Paris website and just watch the prices fluctuate and drop at certain times of the year. And if it doesn't bother you about not going in a school holiday if you're able to, or if you're not too bothered about going to see Halloween or Christmas, just want to go and have a good time in the park, track the calendar and watch the different months change, the prices drop and move dramatically. So if you do choose to go in a quieter season, the price is going to be a lot less. And just moving your holiday by 1 day shaves hundreds, if not thousands, off the price of your holiday. Overcharging on essentials in Disneyland Paris. Disneyland Paris have you covered. If you forget nappies or milk or food or whatever, need first aid, they have you covered. But the prices are very expensive. This year we stayed at the Davy Crockett Ranch and decided one of the days to pop back to the ranch at lunchtime, but didn't take any food back with us from the parks and thought we would just pop into the shop and buy a couple of items. I brought a couple of trays of microwave chips that were priced at €4 each, which I thought was really steep, and for a family of 5 was really expensive. And then to buy other items on top to make sandwiches, I spent around about €40–50 in the shop just on a really small lunch to tide us over till we got back into the park. So just be aware that even though Disneyland Paris have you covered, it is expensive. There's always a debate on whether the photo pass at Disneyland Paris is actually worth it. And priced at €75, it is a little steep. So you have to weigh, would you want to buy all of the photos of each ride that you go on that have a photo available, priced at around €20 each? So potentially if you were going to buy them all, then the photo pass is definitely worth it. But if you're not bothered about it and you're not going to stop at certain photo points to have the extra magic added into your photo, like we did with the balloons outside of the castle, maybe it's not worth it. or if you're meeting a character and want Disney to do a professional photo for you. I also found when we went this time that the cast members were really helpful, and most cast members will take your phone from you and take the photos for you, therefore saving you a little bit of money and not having to buy the photo pass. They just can't do that on the rides for you. Light up ones, bubble ones and balloons. Kids love them. And when we went last year, our girls went on and on and on about the light up Mickey ones. So in order to save money here, buy them off site, as they do some really great bubble ones and don't cost as much as a Disney one. They're £5 to £10. Take them with you, and then when you get to the park and your child does want one, you already have one in your bag and you can give it to them, and they're still just as great. Also, the balloons are really great, and we brought some this year. They're just a typical traditional Disney item to buy, but just be aware, you've got to get them home. We kept them inflated at the Davy Crockett Ranch where we were staying, but at the end of the holiday we had to let them down so that we could pack them into the car, which was really upsetting for our girls, but we still have them here and we'll do something with them. Limited time only merch in the parks go like hotcakes. And this year and last year was a prime example with the 30th anniversary merch, and in particular the 30th anniversary Spirit jersey, the ears, Loungefly, and also that soap dispense where you could pump the soap into your hand and it's in the shape of a Mickey Mouse. Went so fast. This goes with snacks in the parks as well. They do have limited snacks and the prices can be €1 or €2 more than the same thing that's not time limited. So consider either splurging on the limited time merch or snacks, or saving your money and putting it towards a limited edition piece of art which will last you forever. Another really good marketing tactic, which goes for all of the Disneys, is the smells down Main Street. They pump the smells into Main Street, and as you're walking past and you just happen to be in a world of your own and get a whiff of a particular cake that you like or some popcorn, will then make you think, actually I want some, and they will therefore go and buy some. Every time I walk past a popcorn cart in Disneyland Paris, I do always go and get some, just because the smell draws me in and makes me want some. Meticulously placed gift shops. And a lot of the rides at Disneyland Paris, you exit into a gift shop, which is Disney's dream if you have children, or if you're like me and love merch, and my girls love merch, they've got us, because we're walking out into a shop that has merch specific to that particular ride, or just merch in general at Disneyland Paris. Just remember your budget and don't splurge straight away. If at the end of the day you still want, for example, the Spider-Bot at €79, and at the end of the day if you can go back to that shop and are willing to walk all the way back to go and get one, then you definitely should get one. If you cannot be bothered to walk all the way back to the web slinger shop to spend the €79 on that Spider-Bot, potentially leave it and save that money for elsewhere. Disney holidays are brilliant, but can be very expensive. So just remember your budget and be aware of the marketing tactics. If you're going to Disneyland Paris soon, what is your favourite piece of merch that you love to buy, or what do you have your eye on that you're planning to buy this time? Drop it in the comments below, as I'd love to hear. As always, I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you again soon.